Hello my friends, welcome one more time to FHP Books. I am Felix and today I would like to talk to you about the series Black Mirror. I wrote a guide about this great series, about Black Mirror, which is a series about so-called science fiction. It's a dystopic science fiction series, also with some British black humor, written by the great scriptwriter Charlie Brooker. Charlie Brooker is the scriptwriter of this series. Each episode is a different story. The stories are the episodes are independent from each other. Each episode has a story that is finished in the same episode. So the series, you can watch the different episodes. You don't need to watch them in chronological order. You can watch, for instance, the 5th episode first and later the 9th episode and later the 1st episode. So there is not a concrete order to watch this series. You don't need a concrete order for that. But what these stories have in common is that they are set in a near future, where the digital technologies and all this artificial intelligence are extremely preponderant in all our interactions, in all our lives, in all our day-to-day communications and life. These digital technologies and this artificial intelligence are absolutely dominant in this world that is presented to us by Black Mirror. The stories are all set in the near future, and actually we see some very prophetic elements in this story. Maybe they try to warn us, or maybe it is actually predictive programming. I'm not sure about that. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think it's just a science fiction story with that just wants to entertain us, or if they try to warn us, or if it is predictive programming. Let me know what you think. I would be interested to see what your opinion is on that. But actually it's difficult to know. It's difficult to know for sure. But some of these episodes have become very prophetic, very prophetic. For instance, I remember an episode that tells us the story of a woman who is invited to the wedding of some friends, and then she, with her mobile phone, in this city, in this place where she lives, everybody with their mobile phones, they can give some ratings to everything, or not only to the shops or to the places where they buy something, like we do on Amazon or we do on YouTube when we see a video and so on. They can give a rating for every day-to-day interaction, when they go to the shop, when they speak to somebody in the street, when they see a neighbor, and so on. Everything is like digitalized. Everything is, they can give like a rating for just everything you can imagine. And each person has like a number of ratings and a score. They have a score, and if the score is positive, they can go to some places, and if the score is negative, then they can't go to these places. It depends on their social score, what they have. If they have positive interactions, they have better points, and if they have negative interactions, if the other people who they see in their day-to-day life, if If they give them bad points, then they have a negative score and they can access to some services, they can't go there or they can't go to other places and so on. So that's how the world works in this episode. And this is very, very similar. Actually, it's actually almost the same to what now has been implemented in China with the social credit system. The social credit system in China is very, very similar to that what we see in this episode of Black Mirror. And actually, the Chinese social credit system came afterwards, came after this episode was released. So this is a very interesting coincidence. It's very interesting to see that. And like this, there are more examples, there are more stuff in Black Mirror that are like a little bit prophetic. So I don't want to talk too much about this because I don't want to make spoilers, and I want you also to read my book. Here is my book about Black Mirror, the guide of all episodes, the guide for all the episodes of Black Mirror. All of them are commented, are analyzed here in my book. And if you haven't watched the series, then take a look at Black Mirror. Very interesting, very, very fascinating series. You know that actually I don't usually comment or talk about modern stuff, about modern series, about modern films. My niche, the kind of movies that I like to watch, the kind of movies and series that I prefer to watch and that I prefer to write about are older things, like from the 60s and 70s and 80s, some classic stuff, because I am an old school guy. I am quite old school and I prefer these older films, these older movies, but there are some exceptions to that, and Black Mirror is one of these exceptions. So if you haven't seen Black Mirror, take a look. Let me know what you think. Let me know also, tell me if you remember, if you have seen the series, tell me the name of this episode that I talked about the woman with the social credit system. And yeah, so take also a look at my book. Let me know what you think. Give it a good rating, please. Give it a good Black Mirror rating, social credit rating. And see you in the next time. Bye.